All right, ready to dive into something really interesting. We're going to unpack this story kind of about innovation in education.
Yeah.
You might not think food engineering is that exciting,
Right.
but trust me, this deep dive, it's full of surprises.
It really is, yeah. We think of innovation and we think like Silicon Valley.
Right.
But what we see in these reports from this Professor Benko is like, real innovation, changing how we teach and learn.
Exactly, and that's what's so fascinating about this. So we're diving into this series of monthly reports
Monthly reports, yeah.
from this Professor Guilherme Benko de Siqueira.
Okay.
He's at the Federal University of Tocantins in Brazil.
Brazil, all right.
And he is the driving force behind something called the PIP Engenharia de Alimentos program.
Okay. And just for those of us, or maybe it was just me, what does PIP stand for?
Oh, yeah.
That's like, what is this PIP thing?
It stands for Institutional Program of Pedagogical Innovation.
Okay, so basically finding new ways to teach food engineering.
You got it. That's it. And he really takes that to heart. I mean, his dedication just jumps out from these reports. It's really impressive.
Yeah, it's not just, I'm going to lecture at these students. He created a whole experience.
He did. It's amazing. He really wants them to learn, and he's coming up with all these new ideas.
And he starts, like, right away.
Yeah.
June 2024, there's this environmental week thing at the university.
Okay.
And you'd think, another week of lectures, right?
Yeah, who wants that?
Not this guy. AI experts, workshops, panel discussions about innovation. He even connects these students with Seabrae.
Seabrae.
It's this Brazilian organization. They support small businesses. It's really cool.
Wow, so he's really giving them like real-world experience too.
Exactly. It's like, how do we take this out of the classroom and into the real world? And that's, I think, what's so compelling about this whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely not just theoretical.
No, not at all.
And those AI workshops, they were so popular he had to extend them.
Really?
Yeah, he was clearly onto something.
And he recognized, this is the future of food science.
Oh, absolutely. AI is everywhere, right?
And it's only going to get, more and more prevalent. So he's giving them these valuable tech skills.
Yeah, and not just, here's some software. He's teaching them how to use it for research, writing.
Formatting academic papers even. It's amazing.
Makes you wonder, how many other professors are incorporating this stuff into what they're teaching,
It's the kind of forward thinking we need, right?
Absolutely.
It can totally transform education.
Yeah. And as much as those workshops were a big hit, he also understands that sometimes students just need that one-on-one help, right?
Right. Like Lady Ann.
Lady Ann, yeah, she was having a really tough time with this class. Unit operations, I think it was called.
Yeah, unit operations.
I don't know about you, but that just sounds like a mouthful.
Intense, yeah.
Yeah. But instead of just letting her struggle, Professor Benko, he set her up with these specialized tutoring sessions.
Wow.
Really went above and beyond.
That's incredible. That's dedication.
It is. You really get the sense that he cares.
Yeah.
He's not just going through the motions. Now, if I were him, I'd be like, all right, I did a good job.
Right. Put my feet up.
Exactly. But not Professor Benko. He's got bigger plans.
Oh, yeah. What else is he up to?
He decides, you know what? We're going to start a video cast and a podcast for the whole food engineering department. He's like, let's use every tool we've got to make this even better. It's really impressive.
It is, yeah.
And then on top of all that, he's like, you know what else we need? Instagram.
No way, really?
Yes. Dedicated to the program.
What's he posting?
Everything, student profiles, announcements. It's really cool.
Like a little window into his department.
Exactly. He's really thought of it all, hasn't he?
So far, yeah. It seems like it.
But, and this is where things get interesting, as with any project, especially one this ambitious, there's always a hitch or two.
Oh, there's always something, right?
Always.
Yeah, remember Gabriella? One of the star mentors in the program?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like she got another opportunity, so she had to, step down.
Ah, so now Professor Benko has to figure that out.
Yeah, find a replacement, make sure everything keeps running smoothly.
It's like that saying, though, right? One door closes.
Another one opens, yeah.
Exactly. But in the meantime, someone's got to fill that gap. It's interesting to see how he handles this, though.
Right. You'd think there'd be some, scrambling.
Yeah, a little bit of panic, maybe.
But no, in the reports, he's just very, okay, here's the problem. Here's how we're going to fix it.
That's a good way to be. He seems to be very solutions-oriented,
Absolutely. And that problem solving, it goes beyond just logistics. Like, remember those AI workshops? He could have just been like, all right, here's the software.
Right, right.
But he understood that for a lot of students, AI is this big, scary, kind of mysterious thing.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's a rapidly changing field,
Yeah.
even for us who are, somewhat familiar.
Yeah, it can be overwhelming.
Totally.
So he focuses on the why, which I think is really smart.
Yeah. Give them the context, not just the tools.
Exactly.
So what did he do? Did he bring in, like, AI experts or something?
He did.
Really?
Interactive workshops, real-world examples.
Wow. He went all out.
Oh, yeah. He even recorded those workshops,
Smart.
put them online, so anyone could access them.
Now, that's dedication. See, this is what I mean about him really going the extra mile. He's not just doing the bare minimum.
No, not at all. And those reports, I mean, you might think they're just like a bureaucratic thing.
Yeah, just checking a box.
But he actually uses them, like as a tool.
Okay, interesting. How
to
do we...
track progress, to think about, okay, what's next? To celebrate what the students are accomplishing.
That's really cool. So he's using them almost like a reflective practice?
Yeah, like a way to constantly be improving. And those Instagram posts.
Oh, right.
They play into this too. He's highlighting different parts of the program, what the students are working on, upcoming events.
It's like he's creating this whole digital scrapbook, but also promoting the program at the same time.
Exactly. Getting people excited about what they're doing.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. But, it's not always easy.
Right, even with the best laid plans.
Exactly. Like, remember Lady Ann? Who was getting that extra help with unit operations?
Yeah. How'd that go?
Well, it turns out coordinating those tutoring sessions, even with dedicated tutors like Camila and Wanderson, finding the time, the place.
Yeah, it's always something, isn't it? Scheduling is the hardest part.
The worst.
You think you've got it all figured out, and then bam, something else pops up.
Life, right.
Exactly. So what did he do? Did they just power through?
Well, in his reports, he uses these little hiccups, these challenges, to highlight something else.
Oh, like what?
The importance of communicating clearly, being proactive, being flexible.
Which, honestly, are such important skills in any field, but especially in education, I would think.
Absolutely. And that's what makes him, I think, such a great educator. He sees these things not as failures, but as opportunities to learn.
It's about adapting, right? Being able to adjust on the fly.
Exactly. You have to be willing to, roll with the punches.
100%. But with all this focus on, the innovation, the technology, the student support, it makes you wonder, did the actual, academic side of things ever take a back seat?
This is a fair question, right? Because it's easy to get, swept up in all the cool stuff.
Yeah, all the bells and whistles.
Exactly. And forget, at the core of this is still, academics.
Right.
But it seems like for Professor Benko, the answer is no, not at all. He actually saw an opportunity there.
To take it even further, it seems like. And then he starts talking about a book.
A book. Wow. Okay, so now he's going into publishing.
And not just like a textbook or even just here's what we did with PIP. He wants to create something like really special.
Ambitious. I like it. Yeah. He wants to capture everything, all the knowledge, all the experience, everything that came out of this new way of teaching food engineering.
So this is more than just a vanity project for him.
Oh, yeah. He's very thoughtful about it, actually. Like, in the reports, he's researching publishers, comparing costs.
Wow, so he's really doing his homework.
He is. Print versus digital, all the different formats. It's really fascinating.
So he's thinking about, the reach and the accessibility and all of that.
It seems like it. He even has a meeting with his publisher, Editora CRV. They specialize in scientific and academic work.
Okay, so he's serious about this. This is a big deal.
Yeah, he's not messing around. This is legacy stuff,
Absolutely. Wow, so from those AI workshops, the tutoring, the podcasts, the Instagram, now a book, it's amazing Professor Benko has really been busy.
He has. And it makes you think, what if everyone was this passionate?
Right. Imagine if every educator had this kind of energy.
It's inspiring, honestly. It really is.
It is. And, I think it also shows that innovation, it doesn't require, tons of money or fancy equipment.
No, not necessarily.
It's about the mindset, the willingness to try new things, the dedication to your students.
Being willing to break the mold a little bit.
Yes. And I think Professor Benko's story really embodies that, right? He was focused on food engineering in Brazil, but what he did, it has implications for everyone, everywhere.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It reminds us that change, real change, it can happen anywhere if you're passionate enough and you care enough.
And that even small changes, right? Like adding in those AI workshops or
Yeah.
making time for that one student who's struggling.
It can make a difference.
A huge difference.
In the lives of students, even in the future of how we teach.
Exactly. So next time you hear someone say, food engineering sounds boring,
Yeah.
tell them about Professor Benko. Tell them about this program and what he accomplished. Who knows? Maybe it'll inspire them to look a little closer to home.
Right. See what amazing things are happening in their own backyards.
Exactly. There's innovation everywhere. You just have to know where to look.